Vocational specialist Rayetta Calderon is suing the mother of her son's friend, medical assistant Sharon Eagles. Rayetta claims Sharon had her son falsely arrested for trespassing.
Yeah, this is case number 199 on the calendar in the matter of Calderon versus Eagles. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, gentlemen. Have seats.
Ms. Calderon, it is your claim that the defendant had your son falsely arrested.
Yes.
And you want all kinds of damages. Ms. Eagles says in her response that your son is a bad influence on her boy. She didn't want him in her home. He violated a direction by the police to stay out of her home. She had an absolute right to have him arrested for trespass because he was told to stay out of her home. That's your defense.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
Which boys are they?
My son Matthew.
Matthew. Step up. And which is your boy?
Devin.
Devin. I'm going to start with you, Miss Eagles.
Okay.
What's wrong with him?
Well, I do not like some of the things that Matthew does.
How do you know about these things?
Because my son has been hanging out with him for quite some time, and
Well, tell me about how long they've been hanging out together, and how do you know it's Matthew that's the cause of the trouble?
Well, they've been hanging around each other for, I'm going to say, approximately 4 years, 5 years.
Okay.
And I know that whenever Devin was around him, he would just turn into something that I could not control. He would be obnoxious to me.
You mean your son?
Yes. I knew that Matthew was involved with drugs, and I'm trying to keep my son from being involved in such garbage, and that's why
How
I know.
did you know that Matthew was involved with drugs?
Well, I know on one occasion, Kevin told me that Matthew had drugs.
Who's Kevin?
Kevin is right here.
Kevin, do you have a last name?
Blair.
Kevin, how do you know these people?
Devin's my friend. That's his mom, and that's Matt and his mom.
Well, I know who the players are.
Yeah.
I asked you how you knew them. Devin is your friend. What about Matthew?
Was my friend.
Did you ever tell Mrs. Eagles that Matthew was using drugs?
Yeah.
When did you tell her that?
I'm not exactly sure when. It was a while ago.
Give me a year. Was it this year?
Yeah. I think it was this year.
I want you to try yes.
Yes.
What kind of drugs did you tell Mrs. Eagles that Matthew was involved with?
Cocaine.
And how did you know that?
Because I've seen him with it before.
Look at me. Because you've seen him with it when?
Previous to that.
Did he sell it?
No, I just seen him with it.
Tell me about the time that you saw him with it. Look at me.
All right. We were...
You don't like my Jack Nicholson? Go ahead.
I don't know. I've seen him with it. I'm not exactly
Listen.
sure when.
Do you use drugs regularly?
No.
Do you use cocaine regularly?
No.
Do you ever use cocaine?
No.
Did you ever try cocaine?
No.
So it was really an unusual occurrence when you saw Matthew with cocaine, right?
Yes.
Then I want you to tell me when it was. Tell me the circumstances, because after you saw him with the cocaine one time, you told Mrs. Eagles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then, think. I want you to put on your thinking cap. Think. Oh, we may have to wait a while.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure when I remember seeing him have it.
I didn't ask you when. I asked you to tell me the story about it. Were you in school? Were you at home? Were you in the street? Were you at a party?
Oh, we were at a party.
Who was at the party?
Matt, me, Devin, a whole bunch of other people.
Fine. And tell me exactly what you saw Matthew do with the cocaine.
I seen him.
Look.
I seen him pull it out and play
How
with
was it packaged?
In a little bag.
He pulled it out of where? His pocket?
Yeah.
And what did he do with it?
He just looked at it. It was never, he didn't like pull it out of the bag or anything.
Did he say anything?
He was like, I got some coke.
You didn't see him do anything with it?
No.
And then he put it back in his pocket?
Mm-hmm.
And didn't use it during the course of the party?
Well, not that I remember seeing.
Now, when did you tell that to Mrs. Eagles?
I don't know. Maybe a month or two.
Mrs. Eagles, tell me what he said to you when he told you about the cocaine.
He told me that He knew for a fact that Matt and another individual had it and that they had given Devin some.
Well, he didn't tell that to me just now.
Well,
He didn't tell that to me just now.
he said that he knew that they did the cocaine New Year's Eve.
It's not what he's saying now.
Well,
Sit down. What grade are you in school, Devin?
9th.
Ever been suspended from school?
Yes.
How many times?
Twice.
For what?
Smoking and
Smoking cigarettes?
yeah,
In school?
on school grounds.
Close enough. How old are you?
15.
How old were you when you got suspended for smoking?
15.
So it was a recent suspension.
Last year.
So once for smoking last year. And then, what did you get?
Fighting.
Fighting. When did you get suspended for fighting? You don't worry, I'm going to get to you in a minute.
2 years ago,
2 years ago. Or last year.
I had like in-school suspension because of fighting last year.
And the year before that?
No.
Have you been suspended from school, either an in-school or an out-of-school suspension, more than twice?
I don't think so.
You know what?
I don't think so.
He doesn't think so. Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Did you pass any or all of your subjects last year?
Yes.
How many did you pass?
4.
And how many did you have?
About 8.
So you passed about 50% of your classes last year. Is
Well,
that right?
Yep.
What are you doing this summer?
Well, I can't go to summer school
Why?
because I skip school too much. I have to repeat the grade.
So you have an attendance problem.
Yeah. Yes.
When you don't go to school, where do you go?
Stayed home.
Does your mother work?
Yes.
What kind of work does she do?
She's a medical transcriptionist.
You have brothers and sisters?
One brother.
How old is your brother?
18.
Does he live in the home or out of the home?
And
In the home. What does he do?
nothing.
So your mother has 2 children, she works full time, and she's got 2 children who do nothing except
Yep.
make trouble. Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Sure. You stay home from school, you do nothing. You get suspended from school, you do nothing. You pass half of your classes. You got an 18-year-old brother who does nothing.
Well, then, yes.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
on December 31st, I came home from work and I found him in my apartment.
Is that right?
No.
You mean she's lying about finding you in her home?
Yeah.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rayetta Calderon says her son was falsely arrested when Sharon Eagles filed a complaint. Sharon says the boy was trespassing on her property.
Now turning over to this side of the table. How old are you, Matthew?
16.
Your last report card that you got, how many classes did you have?
5.
How many did you pass?
4.
What did you fail?
Math.
Were you in regular attendance in school last year?
Yes.
Ever been arrested?
Yes.
When?
When I was 15,
For what?
someone had left a stolen bike at my house.
You were arrested because somebody else did something wrong.
Yeah, the case was dismissed, though, because they found...
That doesn't necessarily mean anything. What you're telling me is somebody else did something wrong. They arrested you.
Yes.
And that was your only arrest.
Yes.
Now, this business about cocaine. Have you ever tried cocaine?
No, I have not.
Have you ever touched cocaine?
No, I have not.
Mrs. Eagles doesn't like you. You know that?
Yes.
And I assume you've known that for a long time.
Yes, Sharon.
Did she ever tell you not to come to her house?
Yes, she has.
Before you were arrested, she told you not to come to her house.
Yes.
And she told you not to come to her house before you were arrested. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes, Sharon.
Did you go to her house again?
No, I didn't.
You mean after she told you not to come to her house, you were not in her house again?
Correct.
When did she tell you not to come to her house?
Maybe about a month before I was arrested.
Give me the month.
Early December.
So far, is that correct?
I told him numerous times, starting in September, maybe 2 years ago.
All right. But you knew he came to your house, and he came to your house invited by your son.
I did not know that he was going to my home.
Well, he didn't break into your house, madam. He came invited by your son, who was playing hooky from school.
I told him to stay away, and whether Devin let him in, I was at work, I had no way of knowing. But he was not allowed to go to my home at all.
When did you finally call the police?
I went over to the Juvenile Bureau on several occasions.
When did you finally call the police?
Then I finally called them in, I think it was November,
When was he arrested?
He was arrested in January.
Why in January?
Because on December 31st, I came home from work and I found him in my apartment.
Is that right?
No.
You mean she's lying about finding you in her home?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
Devin, was Matthew in your home on December 31st?
Yes, he was. My mom came home early from work and caught me, Matt, and Kevin in there. We were at my house.
Is that right?
Before we were going to...
She says you were there. Her son says you were there. And your old friend Kevin, although he didn't even have to think about it for a minute, says that you were there. And that's why you were arrested for trespass. Because that's your claim. Your claim is that Mrs. Eagles had your son falsely arrested for trespass and you want to be compensated.
Yes, Your Honor.
She told him to stay out of her home. He went to her home.
Well, he wasn't at her home the day that she said that.
Well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that he wasn't there December 31st. I have 3 people who say that he was there.
Your Honor, I showed up in court 3 appearances with witnesses and documentation at the courtroom. If she had my son arrested for those charges, she should have showed up at the courtroom. She never did.
Showed up is not
But
the
I
issue.
had witnesses
We are not
to
in.
prove my son was not at her home.
I'll hear your witnesses.
I don't have them all with me. I have Michael with me. He did pick my son up at 5 o'clock. I was home from work that day at 3 o'clock. Michael picked my son up from our home at 5 o'clock that evening.
When did you see him at your home?
It was probably about 3:45 or 4 because I distinctly remember I was sick that day and I went home early. They don't expect me home until after 6 or...
So you cannot account for where he was at 4 o'clock. Is
He
that
was
right?
home with me, Your Honor.
I don't believe that.
That is the truth.
I don't believe it. Listen, this is the problem, Miss Calderon. I believe that your son was told that he was not welcome in her home. If he was told that, and he acknowledges he was told that, he acknowledges that he was told that in early December, which means that any time after early December, he knew that the welcome mat was closed. This is not Devin's home. Devin merely lives there because his mother lets him live there. She owns the space there. Your son was there. I do not believe he wasn't there.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Sure.
Mrs. Eagle's not telling the truth right now, but on many occasions, we've known them for 4 years. My son and her son met in middle school. On many occasions, Mrs. Eagle would tell my son not to come to her house or that she did not want the children hanging out together. Mrs. Eagles would then deliberately bring her son to my house, drop him off for days at a time.
Listen to me. That's okay. You have just acknowledged that she told your son not to come to her house.
Yes.
She could bring him to your house. You could say, I don't want him in my house. But once the owner of the premises says you are no longer welcome in my private residence, that's it. If you go there, you are trespassing. That's what she had him arrested for. But I have to tell you something. Just pay careful attention to me.
Yes.
It takes 2 to tango.
I understand that.
Okay. So that he's not the bad influence. Together, they're not good for each other.
I guess that's a better way of putting it.
Right. Now, as a parent, you say, listen, I got 2 bad kids. They're worse when they're married. So if I separate them, maybe I have a better chance of working with mine. So you have the right as a parent to say, I want to keep them separated. That's why I started with you. I don't want you to think that I believe that he is a bad influence on him. This one doesn't know whether he's a foot or horseback. He told you one story. He told me a different story. Okay? But you are entitled to say, in my home, I don't want to see your face. And if you've done it and you've been unsuccessful, then you go to the police and you have him arrested. Period. End of discussion. Case over. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm extremely upset that they could just go in there and stand in front of Judge Judy and lie
I didn't tell the truth, and they won by not telling the truth.
and say that he was not there.
She has lots of issues with her own children, so she blames everybody else's children for her son's problems.
My son's not an angel, but I just,
Caused a lot of trouble financially and everything.
I had no other recourse.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Berardi versus Berardi, step forward, please.
Fleet manager John Berardi is suing his ex-wife, homemaker Lisa Berardi, for an unpaid loan for their son's legal fees. Lisa claims the money was John's idea.
Mr. Berardi, the defendant is your former wife. According to your complaint, you say that she owes you $950 for legal fees that were incurred by your 14-year-old son. 14-year-old son evidently got a hold of a BB gun, and he shot the BB gun while he was in his mother's custody. Was anybody injured?
No.
Some property damage?
A hole in a window.
Okay. He was arrested, and you claim that his mother borrowed the money from you to pay for a lawyer. You want the money back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When were you divorced?
When were we divorced? I don't remember the date.
I asked the question.
I don't
you
remember
don't
the
remember.
date.
She'll remember. When were you divorced?
89.
What month?
It was during the summertime, about June, July.
I know the hour and the second. In any event, sometime during the summer of 1989.
Mm-hmm.
So your son was very young at the time because he's 14 years now. Do you share custody of him?
Yes.
Do either of you pay support?
No.
You each take care of him when you have him?
Yes, ma'am.
So to say, yes.
What do you mean that's so to say? I don't understand that.
Well, he resides with me.
And he was visiting with you?
Mm-hmm.
Where did he get the BB gun from?
A friend of mine. We borrowed the BB guns so we can take them up to Pennsylvania by my brother's house.
Okay. Tell me about the loan, sir.
After I got the letters from the court stating that he had to be defended by an attorney, I called around, and the cheapest attorney I could find was $1,000. Since I was not receiving any child support, it was very difficult for me to have to spend that kind of money. I called his mother, and I told her the only way I could do it is if I took the money from a credit card. She told me that she would pay me the full amount for the attorney. She would give me $50 to $100 a month when she could, and every time I asked, she never seemed to have the money for it. Finally, she told me that she would give it to me from her tax return this year, and when that came in, she had to use it for something else. So, again, I didn't receive any money. I just felt like I was being taken advantage of, so I had to file the claim.
Go ahead.
I don't feel that I owe him.
No, the question is, did he call you and tell you about the attorney?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Well, tell me about your version of your recollection of that conversation.
When he called, he told me that he needed an attorney for my son and that the cheapest was $1,000. I did not have $1,000 or $500 to give him. And I said, let me find out and see if I can do it through legal aid. But because my son resides with his father was held responsible for that. So I said, okay, at least I tried. He asked me, for me to pay him. And at the time, I wound up getting laid off at my job. I was on unemployment. I was backed up with bills. I could not afford to pay it. I did say to him that when I would get my unemployment, I would, give him some money. When my unemployment came in, it wasn't what I was expecting. So I could not afford, because I've been backed up. I'm backed up with bills. Now I'm on disability.
What's the nature of your disability?
I fell and I broke my tailbone and I have 4 herniated and ruptured discs.
You owe him the money, and you're going to pay him the money, and I'm going to tell you why. You're getting a free ride. You haven't paid him child support.
He waived that. I support my child when he's by me.
No. He may not pursue you for child support, but that doesn't mean that you're not getting a freebie, madam.
Yes,
just because you're the mother and he's the father and he happens to have custody of the child. The law is gender blind. We don't see mother, father, we just see 2 parents. And each parent is responsible for the child's support. And you've been getting away with it for a long time. So, I believe that you said to him, when I get my money, I'll help you out as best I can, and he relied on that. And how much was the lawyer, $950?
The lawyer was $1,000.
Well, you're suing for $950 because she gave you $50.
She gave me $50, right.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $950. Consider yourself lucky. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I couldn't afford it.
I just want to put the matter behind us and move forward.
I just told him whenever I had the money,
We have to parent our child together, and
if I can afford to give it to him, I would.
we have to do that respectfully.
Edward and Janelle Jurse and their son, 9-year-old Brian, are suing neighbors Eric and Stephanie Sickelis and their son, 12-year-old Anthony. Brian says Anthony shoved him off his bike, breaking his teeth.
Yeah, this is case number 29 on the calendar in the matter of Jurse versus Sickelis. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Who's Brian?
Me.
Who's Anthony?
Me.
Everybody else sit down.
Hey.
How old are you, Brian?
9.
How old are you, Anthony?
12.
Brian, you were riding your bike near Anthony's house, is that right?
Yes.
And something happened and you fell off your bike and you broke your tooth.
Mm-hmm.
Just one tooth?
2 teeth.
2 teeth.
Yes.
You want what happened and how it happened that you fell off your bike?
I was riding my bike up the hill, and then I saw Anthony washing his motorbike. So I said, bet you can't squirt me with the hose. And he ran up and pushed me off my bike.
You saw Anthony, and he was doing a chore, washing his bike. So you said to him, I bet you can't squirt me with that hose? Why did you say that to him?
I don't know.
Well, that was pretty silly, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, what if he started chasing you with the hose? That's what you asked him to do. You bet him, right?
Yes.
Would you have liked that?
No.
So what happened after you said to him, bet you can't squirt me with that hose?
He ran up and pushed me off my bike.
He did? Is that what happened, Anthony?
No.
What happened, Anthony?
Well, after you said that, like, I pretended like I was gonna squirt him with the hose. Like, I pointed at him. And so I started running after him, and then, like...
With the hose or without the hose?
Without the hose, because I dropped it because I couldn't reach him. So, like, when I was running after him, he was, like, trying to avoid it. So he hit the curb, and he flipped.
How far away from you was he when he hit the curb and flipped? Show me someplace in this room.
Well, right there, maybe.
Where? Walk up and point to it.
Right here.
Okay, now step back. So what you're telling me, Anthony, is you never touched his bike?
Nope.
Now, Brian, you were riding away from him?
Yes.
Is that because he was chasing you?
Yes.
So you're looking in the other direction? How do you know he bumped you off your bike? Did you turn around and look to see where he was?
Yes.
And when you turned around and looked to see where he was, what happened?
I saw him push my bike.
No, I don't think you did, Brian. I don't think you saw him push your bike. I think he was chasing you. But I don't think at the very moment that he pushed your bike, you turned around to look at him. You might have turned around and hit a curb and fell. And he was chasing you. And the reason you fell off your bike is because he was chasing you. There's no question about that. But you made up a little bit of fib when you said he pushed you, because I don't believe he pushed you. Understand? Because that was a fib you just told me, that you turned around at the exact moment he pushed your bike and you saw him push it and you fell off. That's a fib. That doesn't mean he might not be responsible, because he was chasing you. You were trying to get away from him, but you started out by teasing him. Why were you teasing him?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Here you go. Now, I understand that when... Now I need the two mothers up here, please. Now, I understand that when this happened, Ms. Sicalise, I understand that Anthony, or you, went and got Brian. Somehow he got to your house.
Well, my older son came in and said that Anthony had the hose and that Brian was taunting the boys. They race motorcycles, so he was washing his bike. And him and another little boy were taunting the boys.
Just a minute. Brian, were you with somebody else?
Yes.
Who were you with?
Robbie, my friend.
How old is Robbie?
I think 9.
And was Robbie saying anything to Anthony and his brother?
No.
Just you?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So he had warned them, get off our driveway, and because they live far down the street. And so for them to be, up there, and so Anthony, had warned them.
They're allowed to be up there. They're just, listen, he's a 9-year-old kid. They're playing kids' games. I bet you can't hit me with that bike. I bet you can't squirt me. And then they turn around and they ride away. Right? He decides he's going to try to get him with the hose. Hose doesn't reach. Hose doesn't reach. He starts chasing him. He's turning around, not looking where he's going. He falls off his bike. That's what happened. You don't have to be a genius to figure that out, unless you're trying to blame somebody else.
Yeah.
All right. So, but he came to your house.
He split his chin, and he had his knee was scratched. So I brought him in my house.
You brought Brian into your house.
Right. And I told the other little boy, go get his dad. Now, the other little boy went to go get his dad, not Brian's dad. And so I brought him in the bathroom and put
you took care of him as best you could.
Yes.
Well, who came
And
to finally get him?
I took him home, and then I talked to the father, and the father was very upset, which I understood. I mean, you know, his child was hurt, and he was venting, and I was, you know...
Well, what was he saying to you? Step up.
That
what?
That, you know, that our kids have problems and they have no supervision.
Why were you...
And I was saying sorry.
Just a second. Why were you involved in that kind of conversation with her, sir?
Well, there was some admittance that he was pushed off the bike. And
just a second. What did Anthony say to you? Did he admitted pushing him off the bike?
Anthony's brother was down there. And I said, where's the father figure? I said, there's nobody watching these kids.
Listen, your son was at their house. What's wrong with you?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Does your street have two sides to it?
He was riding up on the sidewalk.
He's giving you baloney. Just because he's yours doesn't mean he won't give you baloney.
And later today...
We also have copies of the checks that were written.
To Amy, not to me.
But there's no way that Amy would steal money from my grandmother.
Listen to me, Mr. Hoffman.
You don't know about.
You don't know that.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 9-year-old Brian Jerse says neighbor 12-year-old Anthony Sickelis shoved him off his bike. Anthony claims he never touched him.
Your son was at their house. They didn't come to your house. He was there, and he was teasing them. The lady brought him home to you because you weren't out there supervising him. He's 9. Quiet. He's 9. You weren't out there supervising him. She went in, took care of him, brought him back to you. So, I mean, I read that, and I said, why would a grown man open up a mouth like that to this lady? Any reason?
No,
or you
I
just
saw my
lost your
kid
temper?
I saw my kid covered in blood.
Yeah.
There had been prior instances with Anthony teasing my son, and I just, you know, I made a couple of comments like
Well,
that.
then you were wrong.
Okay.
Because your son started it. You understand that? Okay. So, and if he got hurt, he got hurt. That's all he's got to know. He can't tease people, especially people who are older, people who are bigger. But we're not talking about a 9-year-old and a 25-year-old. We're talking about a 9-year-old and an 11-year-old who are about the same size. Right?
Yes.
So, it happens. That's what happens with boys. So you don't get that kind of upset, sir, especially to somebody who's trying to do the right thing. Now, I don't know anything about these boys. I don't know about their history. I don't know if they're wise, Alex. That may be. He may be a little bit of a Weisenheimer, this one over here. This one.
He's more outgoing than my oldest one.
Oh, well, he was one with a smirk on his face, so I wasn't exactly sure what that
He's
smirk
nervous.
was. Are you nervous? Am I
yes.
making you nervous?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So he's like, he was...
I thought, like, you got that from my hair, so I...
Well, I thought you could use a little bit of a comb down, but that's... I understand that's the style these days, so I have to go with it. You're not mine. It's fine with me. No, I don't know what you were upset about. So you're upset because you saw your son injured. That doesn't necessarily mean you have the right to take off against the boy's mother.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Brian and Robbie were on their way up to Robbie's house. They had to ride their bikes past their house to get to Robbie's house. And in numerous incidents before this incident, these boys had stopped Robbie and Brian, saying they could not pass them on the street to go back and forth between
So
Robbie's
as a result
house and
of
my
that,
house.
Brian stopped and said to them, I bet you can't squirt me with the hose. Does your street have two sides to it?
He was on the opposite side of the street.
No, he wasn't.
That's
No,
according
he
to
wasn't.
Brian.
No.
He was not
He
in the
wasn't.
driveway, according to Brian.
No, he wasn't. He was on the drive. He was close to the driveway. He wasn't on the other side of the street.
He was riding up on the
He's
sidewalk.
giving you baloney. Just because he's yours doesn't mean he won't give you baloney.
I had another instance with Anthony.
I'm not interested. I'm interested in this one. And in this one, he started it. He finished it. She's not responsible. They started it. And I don't believe that he pushed the bike. I believe that he chased him and he fell off the bike. I don't believe he pushed him off the bike. You're not that evil, are you? Try to be nice to each other. That's what the world's all about. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
They became very hostile after we made a police report.
We tried to settle it, but they didn't want to settle it.
Flipped us off when they'd go by my husband.
Wanted to get attorneys first, and this is where we're at now.
20-year-old student Lugene Jade Mears is suing her former friends, 20-year-old contractor's assistant Jessica Toppin and 21-year-old homemaker Tamara Van Afflen for scratching 78 of her CDs. Her former friends are denying the charge.
Yeah, this is case number 6 on the calendar in the matter of Mears versus Toppin Van Efflin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Oh, Miss Mears, you claim that either one of these two girls, either one, both of them, maybe a half of them, maybe somebody else who was living with them, somebody destroyed or stole your CDs.
They destroyed them, that's correct.
And they said they have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So why don't you tell me, start at the beginning. You were living with one of them.
I was living with Jessica. And,
which one is Jessica? Raise your hand.
And,
Jessica, are you Jessica's mother?
No, Tamara's mother.
You're Tamara's mother. Okay, and Jessica's mother is not here.
No.
Why were you living with Jessica?
I was living with her because she had offered her place to me, and I said that I would be glad to...
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Where had you been living?
I've been on my own since I was 15.
Do you work?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I teach kids violin, and I go to school.
What school do you go to?
Saddleback College.
And you give private violin lessons?
That's correct.
And you were living with Jessica for how long?
Probably for about a month, and we were carpooling.
Previously, where had you been living?
With an ex-boyfriend.
And how long did you live with him?
For a little bit, maybe a month or two.
And before that, where did you live?
With a cousin. I've been up and about.
And how long were you with the cousin?
For a couple months.
And before that?
With an ex-boyfriend of mine.
And each time you move from one place to another for these short stints, you take all your property with you?
Of course.
Who is this lady?
She's my mother.
You live in the same town?
She lives in Huntington right now. I live in Laguna Niguel.
How long has it been since you lived at home?
About 6 years.
Any particular reason for that?
I don't get along with her husband.
How long has she been married?
For about 2 years now.
But he lived with you before?
When I was 15. I used to live with Tamara as well.
You lived with Tamara
and
her mother?
Tamara and her mother for about maybe 10 months. It was the last year of my high school.
Did you do okay in high school?
I had a lot of family issues that I had to deal with. So I graduated.
Good for you.
Thank you.
And you're working and going to college. How many college credits are you taking?
I just finished my first year.
You take a full load of courses?
Yes.
You get student aid? You get loans?
My mother pays for my college tuition.
Sounds right to me.
Thank you.
And you pay for all your other living expenses?
Of course.
From giving violin lessons?
Yes.
Where did you learn the violin?
I've been playing since I was 5.
You play well?
Yes.
Did you take violin lessons when you were living at home with your mother?
My violin teacher passed away when I was 15, so it kind of all ended then. And I decided to teach from there.
Evidently, but from what I gather, you had a falling out with either one or both of these two gals. And you didn't attend a 21st birthday party. Whose birthday party was it?
Mine.
And then there was some yelling and back and forth. What was the problem?
Well, there wasn't really a problem with her not going to my 21st birthday, but she had come over to my house the next day, and she was saying that she was at her mom's. Well, first she said she was with her boyfriend, and then it changed to her mom's, to her cousin's. I wasn't really upset with her. Like, I forgave her for it, but that was pretty much all that happened on my 21st birthday.
What do you do?
I just had a baby, so I'm not working right now.
Are you living home?
Yes, I just moved back home.
What did you do before you had a baby?
I was working for an attorney.
What about you, Jessica?
I'm a contractor's assistant.
A contractor's assistant?
Yeah, I do like the receptionary work for it's the Orange County building.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing that?
I started about 3 weeks ago.
And before that, what were you doing?
I was working in Venice at a club.
I see there are some CDs over there. They belong to her?
Yes.
Let's give them back to her. Now let's get back to it. It's her 21st birthday. You decided not to go to her birthday party. You were having some, according to you, family issues. Family boyfriend really doesn't make any difference. You didn't go. Then what happened?
I got a phone call from Jessica the next morning saying that she wanted me to move my stuff out. And I came to Tamara's house that day to pick up my CDs from them.
Well, your stuff wasn't at Jessica's house, it was at Tamara's house?
It was at Jessica's, but I was aware that Tamara and Jessica were together and my CDs were in Jessica's car.
What were they doing in Jessica's car?
We carpooled together and we worked together in Venice previously.
So that all your CDs were there?
Correct.
And you would listen to them?
I'm a musician, so they hold more than material value.
So you picked up your CDs, and what happened?
These CDs I pulled out because they weren't mine. I was trying to be as honest as I could about the situation. There are some CDs in my CD case that are Tamara's. They're all scratched. They're all not usable.
Can I see them?
Sure.
Or do you know about CDs?
Yes, I do.
I don't know a whole bunch about CDs, but I would assume even I could tell that's a scratch.
Well,
there's two in the front that
worse
aren't
than a scratch.
mine.
It's broken.
That's broken.
And even if it were not broken,
You couldn't-
these scratches, the laser can't read them.
Okay,
Can't
now,
read the information on them.
would you take a look at some of the others and tell me? She said the ones that she has are all scratched.
It's easily.
These are the ones you're talking about?
Yes.
This one is.
Okay, so let's go to the next page, or whatever they call it. Ladies, somebody had a hissy fit. You want to tell me who had the hissy fit? You want to tell me who had the hissy fit?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Somebody did the nasty.
I left him with my mom for a while.
You think your mom did it?
No.
You think your mom did it? Maybe she did. Maybe she did. Is she a nut?
And later today,
At the time that you put the sofa out on the street, what was going on in your mind, Mr. Ruggiero?
I just didn't want it. I just said, she can have it back, you know what I mean? I was like...
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lugene Jade Mears says former friends Jessica Toppin and Tamara Van Afflen purposely scratched 78 of her CDs. Her ex-best friends say it wasn't them.
Now, this is on all the CDs. Somebody did it. You want to tell me who it was?
I did not have a hissy fit.
Well, somebody had a hissy fit because this doesn't happen by accident.
Can I add something? Jade's ex-boyfriend, she had taken all of his jewelry, and I know that as far as Jessica, she still hangs out with like that group of people. Like, I didn't touch the CDs. I was kind of the middle person. I had gotten them from Jessica and given them to my mom to give to Jade.
So you got them from Jessica?
Yes, and Jade has had a lot of those CDs for a long time.
Listen to me. There is a difference between something that might get scratched as a result of use and this, which is vandalism. So you got them from Jessica. Is that right?
Yes.
Perfect. You can sit down. Listen to me. You can sit down. Why did you call the plaintiff and tell her to move out? Is not an answer.
Because she had been really jealous of the fact that me and her old best friend Tamara were getting close. We were hanging out together. And that made her upset. She left a couple voicemails on Tamara's voicemail.
That said what?
You'd have to ask her. I'm not really sure.
Well, then what did you get involved with it for?
Because me and Tamara had been hanging out, and we discovered that Jade had been kind of talking bad about us. She talked bad on me to her, and to her on me. And we just figured out a lot of stuff that she had said that was just really kind of two-faced and not true. And
so you called her and told her to move out?
Yeah. Definitely.
And where did you find her CDs?
Her CDs had already been in my car.
In your car?
In my car.
Yeah. Well, they were in your car. You should have watched them better, babe.
They're not.
Should have
my
watched them better.
CDs.
Well, if they're in your car, so they're under your control, and if I find that you had a motive, which you clearly did because you were angry enough at her to tell her to move out, somebody did the nasty. So if it wasn't you, you know who did, and I would suggest to you to either name them or sue them because you're responsible. You're responsible for this.
If I knew who it was, I would definitely. They were in my car for a while.
Yes, you would.
I left them with my mom for a while.
You think your mom did it?
No.
You think your mom did it? Maybe she did. Maybe she did. Is she a nut?
She left them with my mom for a while. She left them, like, you know, we tried to.
Do you take any medication?
No. No, I don't.
No medication at all?
No, I don't. No medication at all.
Prescribed or otherwise?
Nothing.
No. Right. Okay. How many CDs does she have here, Bert, approximately? Give me some idea.
Maybe 100.
They're not all ruined.
No, I do have a list of
I
what's
see some of them are
ruined
not
and
ruined.
isn't.
Okay. I don't know where this came from. How many are ruined?
About 78 are ruined and 30 are missing.
How much did you pay for each one?
Some of them were double books, so it was like $25 for those, $15 for the normal ones.
Okay. I don't have teenage children anymore. He does. So he knows how much they cost. They average. And he says they average about $15. Would that be about right?
That's correct.
See? Resident expert. And you have 78 ruined ones. I don't know about the 30 that are missing, but I can see the ruined. That's clear. That's $1,200. That's a big hissy fit that you or somebody else had. Maybe you. I don't know who, but somebody had a hissy fit and have to pay for it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,200. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's just unfortunate that we're not friends anymore.
She needs to get over it.
I'm actually glad, though, because now I can move on with my life.
She once got mad over some fudge one day.
I think it's the misunderstandings we have between the three of us.
A lot of them aren't misunderstandings. They're things that she had said that were being malicious towards me.
They're probably very upset.
I was just basically upset that she had been talking so much smack on me and my friend.
Be careful with who you trust.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lightheart versus Prentice. Step forward, please.
Roofing salesman Mark Lightheart is suing his ex-girlfriend, apartment manager Rhonda Prentice, for a loan to regain custody of her youngest daughter. Mark says Rhonda lost custody when she went into rehab.
Mr. Lightheart, you and the defendant, according to what I read, were involved in a relationship. You loaned her a substantial amount of money in order for her to retain the services of an attorney that she needed for a custody case. Custody case involving
my 6-year-old daughter.
And you are no longer together. You claim this was clearly a loan. She was supposed to pay you back. The defendant says that there was no way this was a loan. This was a gift because you knew how important it was for you to have custody of your daughter. Is that right?
Right.
And the child was with your former husband? Or were you not married to the father of that child?
Right. He's had temporary custody since last April. So I'm.
How did he obtain temporary custody?
I went to Fairview Riverside Chemical Dependency for alcohol.
And how long were you in rehab?
3 weeks.
Okay. Tell me how it came about that you asked him to give you this money.
Shortly after I got out of the hospital last year, April 4th, that's when I had found out that my ex-husband took temporary custody. Okay. So the minute I walked out of treatment, I was running for an attorney.
And you found one?
Correct.
And then what did you do?
That's when I talked to him and had asked him if he'd be willing to help, and he said he'd do basically, anything. It was my daughter, and we're in a relationship.
And there was never any discussion about repayment? He said, I'll do anything necessary to help you?
Basically, yeah.
Well, not basically.
Yes.
Is that what he said to you? I'll do anything
to
help you?
Right.
Okay, and how long had you been involved in a relationship with him, Miss Prentice?
The fall before, so August or September.
And you had lived together?
I had an apartment, and then he was going to move in. And he did, but then he moved out.
How long did you live together?
A couple weeks, I think he only stayed there.
And that was after he gave you the money?
Correct.
Okay, but you had dated and were in a relationship for a substantial period of time before you went into rehab?
Yes.
Did he also have a drinking problem?
No.
You were aware of her drinking problem, sir?
I was.
And you were together for how many months prior to her going into rehab?
Probably about 9 months.
Did she call you on the telephone, or were you together when she discussed this money with you?
Both. She had asked me and begged me and for about a week and said that she would pay me back, and I had finally said, yeah, I would borrow her the money.
When she got out of rehab, where was she working?
During the rehab, I believe she had got terminated from her job.
So she wasn't working?
Right.
So what did you expect her to pay you back immediately with?
If it was not to go to a jury trial, the money that I borrowed her was not going to be used for attorney fees, so she was going to pay me back the $7,000.
She was just going to give it back to you?
Correct.
And if it did go to a jury trial, where did you expect her to get the money from?
She was expecting to get her child back, and she would have gotten child support in the amount of $1,300. And that $1,300 she was going to pay me per month.
And what was she going to support her child on?
That I don't know.
Okay. So how much money did you give her?
I borrowed her $7,000.
First of all, the word is loaned.
Loaned.
You loaned her, according to you, and she borrowed.
Yep.
She says it was a gift. I don't see how you could loan her money if she had no way of repaying you. Tell me about that, sir.
It was under my understanding that I was going to get paid back the loan amount within, whatever, 4 months total time, if not immediately.
I don't buy it. Sir, I could imagine that if you're in a relationship with somebody and she says, I'm desperate and I need money, and you know she has absolutely no way of paying you back, the likelihood of the case going to trial is great, then she certainly wouldn't have money to pay you back because the only money she would get would be child support, and she wasn't working. So there was really no way that you could even expect to be paid back. You probably expected to have a long-term relationship with her. Is that a fair statement?
At that time, no, because we weren't really going out. We were still talking, but we weren't in a relationship at the time I borrowed her the money.
You were in a relationship, sir, because you moved into her home. I don't care if it was for 2 weeks. What do you call that? Your house is being painted? Anything else you want to tell me?
Well, during our relationship, she had gotten a settlement from her ex-husband, and she had bought a car cash with this money. When I loaned her the money, she agreed that if she was not able to pay me back the money, she would take out a loan against the car to at least help me recoup some of the cost.
Is that right?
We had talked about...
Just a minute, did you agree to take out a loan against your car?
Well, months later, after when he was telling me he was down and out...
What kind of car is it?
Ford Taurus, 98.
It's an older car. How much did you expect for her to get against that car?
We agreed that she would take out a loan against the car. I'd called my banker. He's a personal friend. And the loan value on the car was $3,500.
So that the only money that you really anticipated getting back was money that you could get as a result of taking a loan out against her car.
Had I known I wasn't getting any money back, I would have never loaned her any money.
That's too bad. I'm smarter than you are. You're not going to get over on me. You understand?
Correct.
Good. I will prepare an order that she is directed to take out the loan against her car through your friend. Do you understand the order? Good. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Rhonda knows that she borrowed me the money.
I did feel bad because he was nice enough to do it.
I finally fed up with it. She wasn't paying me back any money.
He did a lot of things for us, a lot of nice things.
I was totally taken advantage of.
I feel bad.
I don't talk to her anymore.
I still like him.
Mailman Brian Malafronte is suing his ex-fiancée, 23-year-old restaurant manager Danielle Barella, for the cost of her breast enlargement. Danielle says the surgery was a gift.
Now, this is case number 88 on the calendar in the matter of Malafronte versus Barella. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Malafronte, you claim a loan to the defendant, who is your former girlfriend. You say the loan was for some cosmetic surgery that she wanted to have. You broke up. You want your money. That's as simple as that. The defendant says that this was never a loan. It was always a gift. It did not become a loan until after you were no longer together. It's your defense. So, tell me when you started to date Miss Barella.
We began...
No, I'm talking to him. When did you start to date Miss Barella?
Malafronte, ma'am.
I said, when did you start to date
September of
Miss
2000.
Barella?
September of 2000.
Did I not say that right?
You said it right.
Sorry, ma'am.
It just
Thought you were
sounded
talking
like
to her.
Saying you were calling him.
No, when did you start to date Miss Barella?
Around September of 2000.
And when did the subject of this cosmetic surgery come up?
Roughly August, September of 2001.
Did you and Miss Barella live together?
No, we did not.
Tell me about the discussion in August or September of 2001.
Miss Barella, because of her occupation, wanted to
What's her occupation?
She worked at Hooters at the time, ma'am.
What did you do at Hooters?
Waitress and a bartender.
Go ahead.
She wanted to get breast augmentation. She had friends who had it done. Her mother and I had both told her that she didn't need it, wasn't necessary, but she had it in her mind that she wanted to have it done. So she asked if I could get her the money.
What exactly did she say to you?
She just asked if I would be able to lend her the money to get the surgery done.
And what did you say?
I said I would go get a loan from the bank for it.
Go ahead.
Took out the loan September of 2001. The surgery was supposed to be performed in October of 2001, which it was. She had agreed that she would make the payments to the bank, and unfortunately, with not being able to work in October because of the surgery, she wasn't able to make the first payment, so I made it. And then November and December, she was playing catch-up on bills, so I made those payments also. January 2002, we got engaged, and since she was still short on money and I did have the money to pay it, I continued to pay it.
Go ahead.
April of 2002, we had decided to go our separate ways, and discussed at that time, I had mentioned to her about making the payments on the loan. She told me she was moving into a new apartment and wouldn't have the money at the time. So I said, no problem, when you're on your feet, we'll talk about it again. Come about July, we talked about it again. And
did you call her?
At that time, yes, I talked to Danielle.
But you hadn't been seeing her?
No.
So in July you called her?
Yes, ma'am. And discussed again about her making these payments. She again said she didn't have the money, kept making excuses. Finally, about September of 2002, I contacted her mother and asked for her assistance in this. Her mother agreed it wasn't right that I'm making the payments on her loan, on the loan for her surgery, and agreed to talk to her about it. She talked to Danielle. She called. She said that she would reimburse me for the payments, basically July, August, September, and October, and then start the payments in November.
And she made some payments?
Yes, she did.
How many payments did she make?
She made 4 payments.
Of what amount?
The first one of $170 in November, and then 3 at $200, and then last one in February.
Why did she stop in February? Did she tell you?
Originally, it was she asked if she could skip March and April because she was moving into another new apartment, and she was going to have an overlap and was going to owe rent on both apartments. I said, no problem. Come April, she had decided that she wasn't going to pay it. Said that she was given advice that as long as she claimed it was a gift, that she wouldn't have to pay it.
Is that what she told you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I'll hear you.
They were a gift.
That's for me to decide. That's for me to make a judgment about. I want you to go back to August of 2001.
August of 2001, I had definitely expressed interest in wanting to get the cosmetic surgery. And he knew that I was very, very, very interested in getting it.
How did he know? Did he have mental telepathy? Did he have a Ouija board?
We were together at the time, so he definitely saw me expressing.
You told him, not expressing.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Let's speak plain English. Right? I know you think you're smarter than I am, but you're not. You told him, so listen to me. I told him I really wanted to have this surgery.
Yes.
Then let me hear that. I don't want to hear he knew, I expressed to him.
I told him I really wanted to have the surgery.
And what did he say to you?
He said he would get them for me, along with all the other gifts that he had also gotten me over the time that we were together. I even received gifts after we were together.
Gifts is one thing.
But I considered this a gift as well because
I know what you considered it. Let's move on. So you had the surgery, and then did there come a time after you broke up when you moved into a new apartment?
Yes, right at the time we were breaking up.
Did you tell him that you were strapped for money?
Yes.
Did there come a time when you moved into a different apartment?
Yes.
Did you have a conversation with him at that time as well?
Yes.
Did you tell him at that time that you were strapped for money?
Yes.
You see all these things, how they come together? It's so easy, madam, when you just get it together and tell me the truth.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How old was your daughter when she had breast augmentation?
22.
You didn't think she was nice enough before?
I absolutely agree that it was not necessary.
Unnecessary is not the word. Stupid is the word. Stupid.
And later today,
you two ladies decided to go out for the evening. You were going to be the drunk, and she was going to be the sober driver. So far, is that correct?
Yes.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Brian Malafronte is suing his ex-fiancée, Danielle Barella, for the cost of breast enlargement.
Now, let us assume, sir, that you became engaged. And I want you to all answer honestly. This may not turn out badly for you. It may. But I want you to answer me honestly. Let us assume that things worked out as you had initially planned when you became engaged. You got married. You think she would have paid you back this money?
No, ma'am.
Good answer. even though it was originally a loan, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Because when it was originally a loan, you weren't engaged. You didn't know whether you were going to have a long-term life together, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Like it. Now, you want to tell me why you made the payments?
I made the payments because at that point I was frightened of him, because when we had broken up, he constantly drove his motorcycle by my house, showed up at my works, definitely talked to all my friends trying to find out where I was.
When did you break up?
In April of 2002.
We're talking about later on when you made the payments, madam. You
Right.
didn't make the payments in April of 2002. If I believe just your baloney about being frightened, your mouth is twisted. If I believed the baloney about, frightened of him, then you would have started to make the payments as soon as he drove his motorcycle by your place of employment. You didn't. So you want to get it together and tell me why you started to make the payments.
Just so he would leave me alone. I was tired of being followed, having to know
Did you
where
ever
I
file
was.
a police report about it?
No, I did not.
So stop complaining about it now. I'm not interested. So you made payments. Why did you stop making payments?
Because I got a message from my mom saying that if we were still together, that he would be paying for him. So basically,
of course. That's what he just said. He just said if he had been engaged and gotten married, there's no question that he would not be paying him back.
Well, I considered it all a gift, though.
Oh, but it wasn't. It wasn't.
But I have all these other things that he bought me even after we were engaged.
That's okay. Put your hand down. I'm not interested in what you have to say. Teach her responsibility. I mean, she was moron enough at her age to have surgery that she didn't need, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't want to add to that, do you?
I think I know some things about this that you would like to know.
Oh, sure. You're just dying to do it. Step up. How old was your daughter when she had breast augmentation?
22.
You didn't think she was nice enough before?
Oh, I absolutely agree that it was not necessary.
Unnecessary is not the word. Stupid is the word. Stupid is the word for a 22-year-old because she likes to work in a particular restaurant. That's the word, stupid.
It wasn't necessarily for the restaurant. It was for myself.
Oh, you mean you had a bad self-image?
Yeah, I did.
Is that what you told me, you had a bad self-image?
Yes. It was something that I wanted to make myself feel better.
Get a different job.
She has a
Go to
different-
school.
I do have a
Get a degree. That makes you feel better. Having bigger breasts doesn't necessarily make you feel better. Being smart makes you feel better. Now you want to tell me what you have to tell me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Fast.
Okay. At the time that Brian had agreed to get Danny the money, I had expressed to him that I did not want this to be done. And he said, well, I want to do this for her.
Good.
And there was never any talk of it being a loan.
You don't know about that, madam. Were you in the bedroom with them? Were you in the bedroom with them?
No, I was not.
Good. Have a seat. There's no question in my mind that it was originally a loan, and you were supposed to have paid him back. That's different from a box of chocolates or a very expensive scarf or a ring or a pin that one gets as a gift. If he's stupid enough to take out a loan to buy you those things, then he's a real idiot. I don't think he's an idiot. And he was very honest with me. He said if you were together and if you had married, certainly he would not pursue this loan, but you weren't together anymore. And it was originally a loan, because otherwise he would not have taken that money out. It wasn't money that he readily had. So you owe him the money. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $4,000, which probably isn't enough to cover the entire loan, but it's a good beginning. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very happy with the judge's ruling.
I don't agree with her judgment at all.
Had a lot of things slung around the court that I haven't done.
He was driving by my house, constantly finding out where I was, found out where I lived.
She lived behind a biker bar. I ride motorcycles. Kind of hard not to go by there.
He's hurt that I broke his heart, and he just wants to have a tie to me.
She's trying to make herself feel better by making me look like the bad guy.
And now, the next case.
Parties on Seacrest versus Laney. Step forward, please.
When Pam Seacrest and George Laney lived together, she says she paid his taxes and bills. Now they're apart, and she wants her money back.
Miss Seacrest, it says in your complaint that several years ago you were living with the defendant and you made him a series of loans for a variety of things totaling about $5,800. One of the expenses were for back taxes that he owed when he was married to someone else, and a variety of other things. Broke up, hadn't seen him for a while, finally located him, and now you want your money.
Yes, that's correct.
Do you owe her the money, sir?
No.
You don't owe her any money.